So I'm looping this, starting it with hanging down in the front, and then I'm gonna wrap it. I'm gonna kind of spread my fingers out because I don't want it to be too tight, but I go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16 or so, and then I cut it off at about the same. So I have this here, and then I take the end, so I'm gonna lay that down carefully, and then I take this end that I put a loose knot in at the beginning, unknot it. I have all the beads on there already. If I can unknot it. And then I'm actually going to trim this down a little bit. Then, okay, so here's my loops. So I'm going to take this end of the twine through that circle. So now I have it like this. Then I'm going to make a knot. I'm going to knot it, but I want it to be pretty close up to the beads. I don't want it to be down too far, so I have to make sure I adjust it so that the knot is close to the beads. You want a little bit of wiggle room between the beads so that if you want to overlap them, you can go like that. You don't want them to be so tight that you don't have any wiggle room. So anyway, you create this knot, and then I'm going to do a double knot. So I'm just tying this twine in a knot with itself. So that at least secures the loops onto there. So there's my two hanging ends. Everything is secured on there with the twine. So there's my loops. Now I'm going to kind of squeeze these together and form just one grouping. I'm going to take some more yarn. I'm going to lay a piece over top and kind of pinch it all together, and then I'm just going to wrap this twine around as many times as I want. Twine or yarn or whatever. This is actually some thin yarn. I just like the color of it. So several times. You just want to keep that little end handy, your original end handy, because then now these two pieces, the beginning and the end, I'm just tying in a knot around there like that. And then I'm going to tie them again in a double knot. So then you could even do a triple knot. So I'm going to trim them down. And then you're going to come in here and you're going to cut all these loops so that they're individual tassels. And then you can kind of play it by ear and even them up a little bit. So the more you kind of make the loops bigger, the longer this will end up being in the end. So the more you can kind of spread your fingers out, or the looser you can make your loops, the better. And then I'm going to come in here. As long as this is tied in a nice knot, I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. And there's your tassels.